We always assume that young people just like to hang out with their own age group. But wait till you meet Emily. She's a very young girl, and Dusty, a very old horse, and see what miracles love can perform. At the Pacific Riding Academy in British Columbia, you'll find a special kind of horse. Special horses like Dusty. Dusty has been around for a while, 32 years to be exact, but Dusty hasn't been out to pasture. Far from it. Dusty's a working horse. What makes Dusty unique is his natural ability to connect with people who need a strong back and a gentle disposition. Jesse Fraser with the Pacific Riding Stable's therapeutic riding program knows just how exceptional these animals really are.
They have very quiet temperament and they are very friendly. Most of them have a background where they've just been there and done it all. We find that these old horses are just worth their weight in gold. They're the heart of the program. Therapeutic riding is known for its physical benefits. The movement of the horse duplicates the movement of the human walk. So for individuals who are in wheelchairs or who have difficulty moving in any way, it helps to develop the trunk and the pelvis area. And then from there, of course, it helps to strengthen your limbs also.
7 years ago, Jerry Anderson was told the news that her infant daughter, Emily, may never walk.
Emily was born with spina bifida and her back was open and the spinal cord was on the outside of her back. Immediately after delivery, they did surgery to repair as much as they could. The week of her first birthday, we were told she'd never walk. She was paralyzed, that there was nothing else that they would be able to do for her.
And then Jerry heard about the therapeutic riding program. If Emily couldn't walk, then maybe she could ride. With renewed hope, she perched Emily on top of a donkey for the first time at the age of 2. But it wasn't a smooth ride.
For several weeks of sessions, she screamed the stable down. She cried the whole time.
I felt really scared, and I didn't feel like I really wanted to go on a horse. He is just shaking like an earthquake, shaking all around. Like he got scared and he went shaking like an earthquake.
Despite her initial fears, Emily persevered.
When Emily first started riding here, she was just the tiniest little kid. With spina bifida, especially at that age, they're kind of floppy. The kids have difficulty sitting up and just maintaining their balance on a horse. Therefore, you want a pony who's very kind of wide base, so a bit of wide in the back, so that it gives her more of a balancing apparatus. So we needed somebody that was a pony that was very quiet and very tolerant and friendly.
As Emily became a little more confident in the saddle, it was time to graduate from the donkey to a horse. And that's when Emily met Dusty, and it was love at first sight.
When I first met, I felt a little happy because it was my first time on a horse and I really wanted to be on a horse. Whoa, boy. Whoa, boy.
Dusty was the perfect choice for Emily because of his quiet temperament. And he's quite wide through his back. It made it easier for Emily to balance on this horse. He has a nice slow walk and he's a very quiet pony.
Get your reins. What do we say to Dusty?
Walk on.
And from the first moment Emily took Dusty's reins, it was a miracle in the making.
The first couple of times that she rode Dusty, immediately we noticed that her balance was already starting to improve.
He's just saying, scratch harder, Em.
As time went on, Emily and Dusty became inseparable. Emily discovered something wonderful. Despite her tiny size, Dusty let her know that she firmly held the reins.
You're a good boy, Dusty. Sometimes I just talk him. If he doesn't want to do what I tell him to, I just talk him. Sometimes he doesn't listen to me when I say it, so I have to do the rain thing and turn him. He listens to the rain. Dusty feels really not afraid of me. How are you doing today?
She wants to hug him as soon as she comes into the stable. So she's got to be able to, care and love him, and he responds back to her, which is what she likes.
You just want to eat, don't you? Oh, Dusty, I don't have anything.
But even in the best relationships, things can get a little bit bumpy. When Emily rode Dusty in their first competition together, she took a tumble.
Dusty pulled his head back and looked at me. And then I said, okay, I'll get back on. Don't be spooked or anything again. I thought about that he wouldn't get spooked again, and I just went on with the competition.
And they rode away with blue ribbons. Dusty's exceptional ability to stay calm under pressure helped Emily realize that when you fall, you get right back on again.
But people assume because most of these old horses just have to walk around and be led around, they assume that it's a very easy lifestyle. But emotionally and mentally, it is very difficult for a horse. Horses have that fight-flight instinct. If something frightens them, it is their instinct to react, either to run from it or to at least spook. And these horses know that they're not allowed to do that. So therefore, they have to be really special horses. I believe the horses can sense that these children are a little more fragile than others.
Emily and Dusty became not just horse and rider, but they became an extension of each other.
I think Emily and Dusty have a really strong friendship bond with each other. Definitely the trust is there that is needed for her to be comfortable with him. They know each other, that she's riding him, that he's really a gentle horse with her.
And it was from Dusty's gentleness that Emily was finding her great strength.
I'm gonna keep riding horses because I haven't quite learned how to walk yet.
But why walk anywhere when you can run?
Emily became a very determined little girl. She went from her wheelchair to a walker, and from a walker to crutches. And she now not only walks, but runs.
In the 4 years that Emily and Dusty have been together, her physical, mental, and emotional condition has progressed far beyond the doctor's grim medical prognosis of 7 years ago. Jerry has no doubt that it was Dusty who changed the course of Emily's life.
For us, it's been the horseback riding that's given her the ability to walk.
Emily is truly a miracle. She really is, because the fact that she can walk and run independently and has become such an open and friendly child and is exceptionally bright. And I truly believe that with the help of the horse to help build that confidence, that was a huge part of it.
He's such a great pony because he always listens to me, and every time I give him a treat, he puts his head on my shoulder. So that makes me feel really happy, and that makes Dusty feel really happy. Been a good boy today, Dusty.
No one can really explain the powerful bond between Emily and Dusty. All we know is that, just like her horse, today a young girl can run like the wind.